Hi, and welcome to Deel. It's great to have you on board. Deel is the market leader in international payroll and compliance and enables companies to hire employees all over the world by acting as the employer of record. As an employee, you will be hired directly through Deel via the employer of record model. An employer of record, or an EOR, is a company that hires and pays one or more full-time employees on behalf of another company. In this short introduction video, we will go through some useful information such as how to onboard with Deel and how to navigate the Deel platform. We'll also show you how to get in touch with us should you need any further support during your onboarding and post-onboarding journey. Once we have gone through all of the onboarding steps, we will go through some post-onboarding features like logging and managing time off and expenses. Once your contract has been created and approved by Deel and your hiring manager or the client, you will receive a welcome email inviting you to sign up to the Deel platform, where you will need to input your personal details so that Deel can create your employment agreement and send it to you for review and signature. So once you are ready to start the onboarding process, click the Activate Account button at the end of your welcome email. This will bring you to a unique login page welcoming you to Deel. Here you will need to start inputting some basic personal information to start the onboarding process. You will need to set up your account by entering a password and input some further personal information. Please check that your citizenship is correctly selected and matches your identification. You will then need to input your address. Please note that your address must match the country in which you are working in. And finally, you will have the option to share your payslips and compliance documentation with your hiring manager or the client. But please note that Deel will always have access to these documents as your legal employer. Once you have completed these initial steps, you will be brought to the Employee Onboarding homepage. On this page, you will find various features that will be useful to you during your onboarding and post-onboarding journey with Deel. But first, we will walk through the onboarding process. At the top of the home page, you will see a banner that shows Submit additional details for your employment agreement and a Start button. This is the first step to completing your onboarding and should be prioritised as soon as possible. This step should take no more than 5 minutes of your time. Once you have this first step completed and have uploaded your additional information, we will review this information submitted by you within 1 business day, and once approved, we can send you your employment contract for review. You can access this first step and all additional onboarding steps on the main employee homepage or any page beside the completion percentage in the bottom right-hand corner. Once you have step 1 completed, submitting your additional information, and have received your contract for review, you can actually go ahead and sign your contract if you are ready to do so. However, please note that your contract will not be countersigned until all steps of your onboarding have been completed. So please prioritise finishing all steps in the onboarding as soon as possible to have your contract countersigned and your employment activated. The following steps will require you to add payroll and compliance details. Under the payroll section, you will need to input your bank details. Please upload these so that we have a payment method for you on file. And finally, you will need to submit all compliance documentation for us to validate your work eligibility. Reviewing and approving all documentation can take up to 1 business day, so please submit these documents as soon as you can so you do not miss your start date. If we need to reject any documentation you have uploaded, you will receive an email notification and a reason for the rejection, so please keep an eye on your emails and check your spam and junk email to ensure any notifications from Deel are not missed. If one of your documents is rejected, you will need to resubmit the correct document, which will go through the approval process yet again. And finally, once all of the onboarding steps have been completed and approved, your contract will be countersigned and your employment will be active. Again, we need to fully stress that we require all of the onboarding steps to be fully complete before we can countersign your agreement. Before we move on to the post-onboarding stage, we want to bring your attention to some important resources that will be useful to you during your onboarding time with Deel. On the homepage, you will have access to various features such as the offer letter. This letter can be used for opening a bank account or applying for a visa or social security number. You can request customised wording through the platform or by reaching out to our support team. When you have successfully onboarded and your contract is active, this will become the employee verification letter. On the left-hand side, you will see your contract information. This is where you can review all of the information we received from the client or your hiring manager in relation to your employment. So please take the time to review this and ensure that the information here aligns with what was agreed upon when accepting your job offer. If something isn't correct, we recommend discussing this directly with the client so that they can submit an amendment on the Deel platform for Deel to review and approve in order to implement any changes. And finally, in the top right-hand corner, you will find the Help and Feedback section. Under this section, you will find the Employee FAQ section, or Frequently Asked Questions, which covers any questions that you may have in relation to your employment specific to the country you are working in. Information such as time off, pension, and health benefits are generally covered in this section. Just below, you can access the Help Centre. The Help Centre provides helpful information that is specific to the Deel platform. Here you can find assistance on how to use and navigate the various features on the Deel platform and read more information on what Deel does and what an EOR is. The Help Live Chat is the fastest and most efficient way to get in touch with Deel. This is a live chat function between you and our dedicated support team. The support chat is available 24/7 and you can expect a response within 5 minutes. You can also contact support by accessing the Contact Support form here. This way you can receive an email response instead of communicating via live chat. And finally, you can submit feedback under the feedback section. Feedback is greatly appreciated as we continue to grow and improve our services. All feedback is reviewed and actioned on a daily basis. At the bottom of the homepage, you will also be able to access our support features, such as the Employee FAQ section, the live chat functionality, and the Help Centre. Once you have successfully onboarded with Deel and your contract has been signed and countersigned, the Deel platform view will change for you too. Instead of seeing the onboarding processes and steps, your homepage will look like this. Here you can find information relative to your active employment, such as your employment verification letter, your contract details, your pay slips, your next targeted pay day, and you will also see a section to add any expenses or allowances for approval. Where your offer letter once was, you will now find your employment verification letter. This can be used as proof of income for processes such as applying for a mortgage, loan, or visa application. Again, you can request a customised verification letter through the platform or by reaching out to our support team. Under the Contract section, you will have access to your employment and contract overview. Here you can view a log of your time off requests, any available payslips, and any upcoming holidays. On the Overview tab also, you can submit any expenses or agreed upon allowances for approval. Once these are approved by the company you are working for, these will be added to the next payroll cycle. But please be aware of any payroll cutoff dates that may apply to your country. For example, if you upload an expense after cutoff, which is generally the 15th of every month, please note that it will not be reimbursed to you until the following month, as our payroll team have already processed and prepared the payment file for all employees in the current month. Under the Contract Details tab, you will be able to view your live contract details and any contract amendments if applicable. You can also download these documents if you need to. Under the Time Off tab, you can request time off and view your total holiday entitlement. If you wish to check on the status of your time off request, we advise that you reach out to your hiring manager or the client to approve any pending requests. It is also important that you log all of your time off in the Deel platform. For example, holiday leave, sick leave, or parental leave, so that our payroll team can correctly calculate any leave that may affect your monthly or annual pay. If you have negotiated or agreed any additional leave on top of your annual time off entitlement with your manager, it is important that Deel is informed to ensure that this is reflected in your contract and pay. If you are being offered any equipment through Deel, you can track it under the Equipment tab here. Back on the homepage, you will see a section for your pay slips alongside a notice of your next targeted payday. Each month, you will get paid directly into the bank account you provided during the onboarding process. If you need to change or update your bank details, you can do so by accessing your account information on the top left-hand side of the screen in the small circle containing your initials. Here you will find where you can view and update your account information, personal information, and bank details. If there is something you are unable to edit here, we may require further documentation to support the change. Please reach out to our support team for assistance if this is the case. As mentioned, on the homepage, you will be able to view and download your payslips. These will be available to you within 2 days of your payday and will contain a breakdown of your take-home salary and any deductions that have been made. Deel will take care of any tax deductions required by employers so you don't have to. On the left-hand side of the page, you can quickly access the home page by selecting the Home button here. You can also view your compliance documentation that you uploaded during the onboarding process here. You can also quickly access your payslips from this list too. For countries where you require additional tax documents, these will be available to you to add or download from the tax forms section here. In the perks section, you can access any perks that have been made available to you based on the country in which you are working. Our hiring toolkit section is a feature that can be useful in better understanding local laws and taxes. Try out our take-home pay calculator under this section. And finally, under benefits, you will find information on any private healthcare or additional benefits that may have been offered to you. Again, a reminder that you can always access any of our helpful support resources during onboarding and post-onboarding in the top left-hand section under help and feedback. Thank you for taking the time to review this video. We hope it was helpful to you during your onboarding journey, and again, welcome to Deel. We're delighted to have you on board.